This is
Hmm.
not a 4.5 minute song. This is not even a 3 minute song.
Welcome to Dastardly Hamster. Today is round two of trying to convert my friend into a fan of Suicidal Tendencies. He enjoyed the song Institutionalized, so now we are going to be listening to War Inside My Head. If he gives this song 3 out of 5 ham stars or higher, I will have him listen to a third song by Suicidal Tendencies.
First one was great. Let's go for number two.
Before we do that, first I'd like to mention that in preparation for showing these videos to you, of course, I listened to them to make sure that they were as good as I remembered. War Inside My Head got stuck in my head for like weeks. So it was War Inside My Head, inside my head. What are you expecting?
I guess something similar to what I listened to before, but you were saying that they don't usually do the talking parts, so I'm expecting this whole song is going to be like more singing. Hardcore. We'll see.
And I will also say that there's a little bit of an intro for some nostalgia from probably before you have memories. So
Okay.
you can enjoy that. Yeah.
All right.
Suicidal!
Quite the fan base, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the situation with the suicidal thing, you know? When I was a kid, people always told me what I couldn't do, you know? And to this day, it pisses me off because everybody always told me what I couldn't do. Nobody told me, like, give me guidance on what I could do. And half the stuff I've done, I never would have been able to do it. And I didn't think I could until someone said, you can't. And I said, wait, I can't. And I said, well, maybe I can't, but I sure as hell gonna try, you know? And that's the whole reason why we're here right now, you know?
So, noticing again, they're starting with talking.
It's not the song yet.
Okay, the song hasn't started. All right.
I had never heard this before. None of this was on the album.
That's the whole reason why we're here right now, you know? We
Inspirational
started off in our kitchen. The first time when we were playing, people were, what are you going to do that? No one's going to like what you're doing. That's like, okay, well, if we're wasting our time, let us waste it. You worry about your time. Sometimes you got to fight with your fist. Sometimes you got to fight with your mind. And that's the whole reason why we're here right now, you know?
There's a war that they don't even know about, because it's a war inside my head.
Circle pit. So they're doing the cool thing with the guitar. They're actually doing the harmonics. So it's like when you just put your finger on the string, but you don't push the string down, and it creates this sort of like. One thing that I like that they're doing is they're doing these really short sort of like guitar solos between each verse.
Yeah.
It's a style that you don't hear a lot of bands do. Usually when I hear that, there's some time dedicated for the solo, right? It might be like 10 to 20 seconds, something like that. They're doing like quick 2 to 5 second solos between each verse, which actually reminds me of The Offspring's very first album. It's just their self-titled album, where they do that on almost every song, and I like it. It's just uncommon. So it's just interesting to hear that here. I wonder if this. Do you know how old this is?
87. Wow. I didn't even know
Okay.
that was that far back. I thought this was like early 90s, at
Right.
least like 92, something like that.
Right.
Wow.
So the Offspring self-titled album came out in '89. So this is '87. So it's very possible that there might have been some influence here.
Oh yeah, everybody that was in that space. Like I didn't even know that they qualified as punk, but I still
Right.
knew that like everybody was inspired, and to know that like they were this far in '87.
Right.
But you know what you were saying about like these little solos, I think there's some depth in there. There's people who always go with the flow, like whatever else everybody else is doing. They go, the way for me to be successful is to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, right? Totally in sync.
Yeah.
And then there are people who go, no, I have to be different and unique, and I have to go always against the grain, and they're always off tempo, right?
Yeah.
But then with this, what you actually have is these little seconds of flourishes, but then they still continue with the band. They're inputting at the right moments to sustain the band, but still doing kind of their own thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe that's the key to success in life. Being enough with society to like put in those little bits where everybody else is expecting you to be,
Right.
but still having your own little moments of flourish when you can without disturbing everybody else.
You heard it here first, folks. Key to success in life, short solos.
Short solos.
There's that short solo. We have the censored version.
I hope you're gonna practice what you just learned. S-T!
Oh, I was gonna ask what ST stands for, but Suicidal Tendencies.
I don't like religion, I just don't like TV.
Sounds like a different song now. What was that? What happened at the end there?
I don't know. That also wasn't on the album, so it sounded like they were going into another song, and that was definitely like a live performance. None of that sounds like what I remember from the album. So yeah, definitely some significant differences from what I remember from, you know, almost 20 years ago.
So wait, are you saying that was not the studio recording? That was a live version?
Oh, definitely not the one that I remember hearing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, like a couple of times where you heard him like sound out of breath and stuff like that wasn't on the album. But I like the video, so.
I like this song. Thought it was good. It was nice, fast, punk rock, the way I like it. One critique that I will give this.
All right, let's hear it.
This was okay. To be fair, there was like a whole bunch of stuff added before and after the song in the video, so it looks a bit longer on the video. But the video itself was 4.5 minutes. This is not a 4.5-minute song. This is not even a 3-minute song. This is like a 2 to 2.5-minute song. That would be like the sweet spot. Because the tempo is so fast, it doesn't need to last that long, right? Like this is a type of a song that I would want to be shorter. But it went on a little long. I felt like for that tempo, it shouldn't have gone that long. So other than that, I thought it was good. But because it went a little long, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 ham stars.
That's fair. So far, how do you feel whether they've met your expectations or not? And is that a good thing?
I think they've blown away my expectations. I think what I told you at the start was I thought this was going to be like Limp Bizkit, maybe a little bit more punk rock version. I don't think it's that. So that was a nice surprise.
Good. I'm really glad to hear that. For me too, I also give it a 4 out of 5 ham stars. It's very catchy. So like I get this song stuck in my head all the time recently as well. And literally all I ever have to hear is someone say inside my head and this song gets stuck in my head for days.
Yeah, I could see that. It's pretty catchy.
It's catchy. And yeah, it's one of those songs that, you know, every once in a while I just go, this is the day I have to listen to that song.
That's it for us, ham stars. Spin your wheel down to that subscribe button.
And leave us a dastardly thumbs up.